Good morning, traders. Richard Miller here doing a quick Ichimoku Cloud Chart Market review of the ARK ETFs. We're going to be covering these 5 ETFs. We'll start with the ARK Innovation Fund. The ETF is now under heavy distribution since the cloud chart sell signal in around the top end of the cloud. Yeah, that was the ideal area to get out at the innovation fund. Yeah, was $140. It sliced through to the bottom of the cloud, tried to rebound, didn't find support there. Support didn't hold at the bottom end of the cloud, so that swing trade did not work out. And now it just dipped right below the cloud. The bottom in the cloud here, the front in the cloud, is now the key resistance zone, with this straight line here as the major line in the sand, so to speak. That's the new resistance zone to the upside. And the bottom in the cloud here, that's also acting as a resistance zone. Now, we did not find support at this cloud chart shadow level here, and the next level being tested was this 108. We sliced through that. And now we just need to look back to see where the next level can be, and this old high here could pose a new support zone or a test for support. Yeah, we'll see that. There we go. So we're slicing through that level, and if we go further down, just make this a little bit smaller, then another big support level to watch out for is this bottom cloud chart level there, that level there, as well as the bottom end of the cloud there, this level. Yeah, so there's downside risk 298.93 if support does not come back in here at the 103, 105 zone. So we can see these are the support levels to watch, and that coincides with these levels on the weekly. So if we go to the weekly cloud, we can see the bottom end of this trading range here can be a support zone for the ARK ETF. We just put a line in there, sorry, put lines in there. So we can see this whole cluster, yeah, these can make out for new support zones. So there's a support zone here, this 104 to 91, this cluster of support, so the ETF can rebound within this range. That coincides well with the front end cloud chart support levels, that level there at 96, and the bottom here at 91.3, 92 basically. So we're dipping into the on the weekly, we're looking at support to come back in at the top end of the cloud or the bottom end of the cloud. Yes, so these are the ranges, the downside support ranges on the ARKK, the ARK Innovation Fund. The Genomic Revolution one is next. You can see also had a sell signal above the top end of the cloud here, and it's been in free fall since then. Did not find support at the bottom end of the cloud. Sliced through that, and then just stays below the cloud. Now, price action below the cloud from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective is bearish. So the daily, just like the ARK Innovation Fund, is bearish on a daily. And if we're going to zoom in to look where the support levels might come in, we're going to go right back. See these old highs here. We'll draw a horizontal line from these levels here. So it's busy slicing, testing that zone, and significant downside risk is this bottom end cluster of cloud support. Yeah, so if we draw that line there, that zone, and then the next level to watch out for potential support is the top end of the old cloud level there, and then if we just go back here, and the really big support zone will be this bottom end cloud chart zone here. So these are the downside targets for support targets to be tested. 77 did not hold, 74 is next, and 71 is next after that. So it will be interesting to see if the ETF will rebound in and around this cluster of support, and then the swing trade is back up to the bottom end of the cloud. But it's now bearish from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. Looking at the weekly on this side, we can see the bottom end here, front end of the cloud, that's the next key support zone to look at, and this cluster of highs and lows here is also a support range that the ETF can start looking to find support. So looking for any kind of positive volume on the on the upside in around these levels. So the ETF is on its way to test for support at the top end of the cloud within that range, and then the 69 zone as well as the 65 zone is the next big downside targets. We've had a signal up way up here as well, so these are moving into the zones of positive swing trades back up, but we are trading these counter trends since the price action below the cloud is bearish. But on the weekly, we're still above the cloud, so it's not all doom and gloom. We're still above the top end of the Ichimoku cloud. As long as price action stays above the weekly cloud, and not dip below here, then we're okay. But the bearish outlook on the daily will most likely get us to these support zones. The next generation ETF, ARKW, also had a massive sell signal at the top in the cloud here at 101.68 zone. Sliced through the cloud, rebounded from the bottom. There's a quick swing trade there. Found resistance at the standard line of the cloud, then sold off, didn't find support at the bottom in the cloud, sliced right through. You can see here how that bottom in cloud level there is a new resistance zone. Price action below the cloud on the daily. Ichimoku cloud is bearish, so be aware of that. We've put horizontal. Where can this sell off go down to? So 132 is going to be tested, is being tested. It did not find support at that level, so it will be critical to see if support will come back in at these levels at 132. There's a possibility for that. And then we look at this line here, that level there. Standard line there is also a 127. It's also a cluster of support. And then these old cloud chart levels there. In significant weakness, these are the top end of the cloud as well as the bottom end of the cloud. These levels can be tested, but it will be interesting to see if we're going to get a rebound at this 127 zone, which coincides well with that little high there, which should act as a new support zone. So 127 is a number to watch there. The weekly price action above the cloud is still bullish from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective, but we are looking at support levels to be tested in and around the bottom end of the cloud here. If I just draw a horizontal cloud here, you can see 115 is a zone there. It coincides well with that high as well as this cluster here. So the current sell-off can last up until about these levels here as well as that high there. So we're looking at this high here. Yeah, but we did have a MACD sell in around these levels here at 160, 155. So there was some profit taking place, and now we're going to dip. The ARK Next Gen ETF can dig into the top end of the cloud for support, and there is downside risk as low as 115.63. So watch out for that one on the ARK ETF. Fintech Innovation Fund. Also a sell, had a sell above the cloud here. Classic Ichimoku cloud chart sell signal. There was certain shorter term swing trades in and around these rebound support at the bottom in the cloud, back up to the top end of the standard line. So there's two swing trades there, as well as this rally from these lows back up the bottom in the cloud, and then short there, etc. But more from a big picture perspective, price action below the cloud is bearish from the Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. Levels to watch out for is this bottom end cloud chart support zone. So if we pop a line in there, we can quickly identify that on the chart. Roughly 46 is the next key support zone. We could see a rebound today from that level. If not, then we're looking at, interestingly, that number there is quite close to the line. Let's pop another one in there. Support, and then significant weakness. The sell-off can last up until these cloud chart support levels are hit, but we will see how the price action is if the buyers will come back in and around these levels here, in and around this 46 and 45 zone. So we could see some buyers coming back in there, and then the swing traders back up to the bottom in the cloud. But that's the line in the sand now for the ETF to be bullish on a daily basis. For price action really needs to be back above the cloud. Looking at the weekly, also had a MACD sell signal in around these levels up here at 56 zone, and now what we're looking for here is these old highs should come in as support and be tested as support. So we can pop a line in there. So 45.71 is a key level, incidentally also a front cloud support zone, and then significant weakness, downside risk to the bottom in the cloud here at 40.69, and that coincides well with that low there. So watch out, there's some significant downside risk to this range, but this is moving into rebound zone. So expect either rebound at the front end of the cloud here, top end of the cloud, or the bottom end of the cloud. It's gone. But looking at the chart, price action above the cloud is still bullish, so these are excellent opportunities to swing trade back into the share since the sell signal up here, and then we'll see how this ETF is going to pan out. So looking for support to come in and around this range. Quite a volatile ETF now, looking at the support ranges that we have to deal with. The other one is ARKQ, autonomous vehicle one here. Tesla is one of the largest holdings in this fund. So we can see we also had a sell signal, cloud chart sell signal up above here at 92.90. slice through the cloud, try to rebound from the bottom in the cloud. There was a short-term swing trade back up to that level there, as well as another short sell here, and then a couple of short opportunities here. We trading below the cloud, that's bearish, so be aware of that. And downside targets for support, we're looking at these all highs and lows to see where these support levels can be. And there we go, horizontal line. So that's moving in trading range, and then we also highlight the bottom in cloud chart zones here. There we go, 72, and that one there. So we can see we're not there yet, but we could, first level to be tested possibly today is this cloud charts level 75. So watch out, it could sell off to 75, 73, and 72 key downside targets for support to be tested, and that would also make a nice rebound zone to trade it back up to the bottom end of the cloud from a swing trade perspective. But price action below the cloud is bearish on the daily. Looking at the weekly, critical level to watch out for, this standard line here, it's going to 76, going to be tested. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a rebound there. Fail that, then I suspect the next downside target will be the front end of the cloud here at 71. And then if there's a continued weakness, then we're looking at the bottom end of the cloud here. It could come into this zone here, and that 63 coincides well with these highs here. So these are the downside support targets to be tested if the current weakness lasts. But we are trading counter trend if we buy these swing trades, because we still not had a MACD buy signal. But price action above the cloud is bullish, so any kind of after the sell signal up here, any kind of rebound trades in and around the support zone from a swing trade perspective would be preferred. But keep an eye on those. But overall, not a pretty picture. Most on a daily, all the ETFs are bearish on a daily, but still weekly trading above the cloud, and that's critical. And we're looking for top end cloud chart support and bottom end cloud chart support as potential rebound zones. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading.